Rock State Park. Nice windy roads all the way up, so we're going to have the windy roads all the way back down when we finish. Welcome guys to Hanging Rock Country Park, or State Park. Really concerned about the sign outside saying about rattlesnakes. That's really reassuring. The best we get is slow worms.
Oh no, well, the rattlesnakes, while they are very dangerous, if you stay on the trail, you're likely to be just fine.
I love the likely.
Not
you will be, likely.
You may still see one, it's possible, but
okay.
It's not likely. If you're off the trail through the leaves, you are more likely to encounter one than on the trail.
Okay.
Currently this time of year, most of the leaves are still hanging on the trees, so the trails are going to be fairly clear to where you'll be able to see where you're walking.
Okay.
When I'm hiking, I'm not as concerned until the leaves start dropping, because then things are going to be easier to be camouflaged even on the trail.
Okay, right, that's fine. Not a problem. We just spoke to the park ranger. Now, we didn't discuss the fact there's coyotes here. We did discuss bears. Now, the bears apparently will run the other way, which is good to know. However, I'm not sure about the coyotes, what they will do. I'm going to go and ask her about that. They also have rattlesnakes, yes, that is confirmed. The lady confirmed that to us, so we're going to be a little bit mindful. And raccoons as well. This is just showing us what's actually in the area. As well as, by the looks of that, vultures. Intriguing. This shows a lot of the history of the place. Right, let's head out and go and see what we can see. Well, that's the intro part done. We've learned a little bit about the area. There's a few things around it that are not particularly nice. Apparently it just makes yourself really big and shout at the bears and they'll go away. All right, we've got copperhead and rattlesnakes. There's also coyotes around. However, they're not too much of a problem because with them, it's a case of they don't like the bears. And if there's bears, there's not those, and vice versa. Right, let's get our walking boots on and head on out and see what we can see. The sign says a scenic overlook. Well, there's lots of trees around, so I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to see, but that's a bit slippery. We're there. I'm guessing that's Hanging Rock up there in the distance. And a giant ant. Wow, he's big. Right, okay, onwards and up to where the pathway starts. Hanging Rock has been rerouted. Mileage has changed, 1.8 each way. So that's going to be fun. So we're going to go to Hanging Rock. It's an orange tag, so we're going to follow that orange tag there and go down to Hanging Rock Trail. We had a fair chunk of rain yesterday, so the paths are quite slippery. So I'm going steady. I know Matt will come along stomping in a minute, but I don't want to fall over. But which probably means the waterfalls will be in full flow, so it'll be good. It says it takes the average person 2 hours to do the whole trip. So we'll see how we get on. I might be a bit slower, but it's about enjoying the fun of the environment and enjoying the outdoors and seeing what wonderful things you can see. We are officially out in nature. This is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. The air feels lovely and clean. There's smells of the trees, the water going by, and then wild birds kind of talking and such like in the background. It's absolutely lovely. Funny thing is, I turned the camera on and the birds have all gone quiet. There's a couple. But the pathway's kind of up and down a little bit. And yeah, it's alright. That was a little bit steep. Didn't expect it quite to be that steep that quick. It's about 1.8 miles. There you go, there's the birds. Apparently got vultures here as well, lots of them. So it'd be nice to see if we can get some pictures of those. Well, this is just lovely. I would actually like to see a snake at a distance, but just to get a photograph of it would be good. I'm still undecided about the bear, whether I want a photograph of the bear or not. We'll see. Don't really get a choice. It's a case of we see it or we don't, I guess. Right, let's hike on a bit more. That's the first mile down. Not too bad. Quite a bit of uphill and sort of up and down a little bit. We're now on a bit of a flatter area for the moment. We've done about a mile, so around about halfway, give or take a little bit. So yeah, we just keep pushing on. Minnie's giving me a bit of jip, but that's normal. Just mental willpower over physical willpower. Just keep pushing through and we'll get to the top. Let's go. To do this. There is no noise except for my feet hitting the ground and the odd bit of noise of wildlife. And as that happens, I can hear a plane, I think, in the background, miles off somewhere. But other than that, complete silence. It's lovely. We've been diverted off onto a side route. There's a route up there. For some reason, it's fenced off. I'm going to go round. But even so, the pathway's still good. As you can see, there are other people on the path. We've seen some people come in the other direction and a couple of people in front of us as well. The chances of running into a bear, I think, is fairly slim, or certainly slimmer than it was. But we've still got a little way to go yet. All right. Time to push on. That section was a little bit steeper, but we made it through. Let's flatten it out a little bit. Just spoke to somebody coming the other direction. They reckon it's probably another couple of 100 feet or so. Well, that's not bad. That means we're almost there. Let's keep going. Neat's still pushing through it. She's coming. She walks a little bit slower than myself, so it's a little bit harder for her, but she's getting there. She's pushing through. This might be a little premature, but I think we're reaching the top. There's a big boulder here. Look at that. That's got "climb me" written all over it. However, you're not allowed to. So we won't. Also, there could be snakes and everything in there. Oh, there's a bit over there, right. And big ants. Here we go. That's not a bad view. Not a bad view at all. And it appears that we're not quite at the top yet. A little bit further to go. But that was worth the view. Let's see what the next bit looks like, shall we? This bit looks amazing. Boulders everywhere. A slight kind of path. There's a little bit more of an interesting pathway with rocks and boulders all over it, although it is level. Just need to be mindful of the wildlife. There's another red dot, means we're on the right path. That looks like it opens out up there. It does indeed. Yeah. So we've got views over this side and views over this side. Let's go this way first. We'll head down here. That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, it's fine. No problems. That is truly spectacular. Just going to head down the front bit there in a second. We'll get a full panoramic view then. Right, we'll work our way out here. This is lots easier, isn't it? Right, almost there now, guys. All the way out. And there we go. What a view. I do think it'd be fun to climb up the face though. Shame you can't. This is truly, truly spectacular up here. And of all things, get to the top, we run into some guys from England. What's the odds of that? But there we go. You couldn't write it.
We got to follow these orange tags now all the way down. It gives us our marker for our route down. Means we can find our way down, because this is a pathway, but it's not a pathway. It's a little bit broken in places, so we just go steady and go from there.
Well, that was the summit reached. It's now time to head back down to the car park and go and see if we can find some waterfalls. It's about, I say, 1.8 miles each way, and we've just come down the first section. Amazing views up there, absolutely spectacular. We are the last people to come off from the summit heading down, which is a little bit of a concern because there are bears around here, and there's all the people that have gone before us are obviously just maybe disturbed, but there's no one behind us, so there's no one up there to disturb the bears any further or keep them away from the paths. So we're going to keep our wits about ourselves, head on down and just see what happens. Right, I'll pick you up in a bit. Well, that's most of the downhill type parts completed. Now it's time for a little bit more of an uphill section, which takes us back up towards where the car is. And there are now other people starting to come out, which is good, which means we're now no longer the last people on the path. Just the final little push now up into the car park, and we're done with the route. And that's the route complete.
Should only be 1.3 miles. They've had to change it. It's now 1.8. That's the route we just took all the way up there. We're now going to go do Hidden Falls and Window Falls.
Right, we're now going off down to the waterfalls, but we're walking through a picnic area. Well, I'm not getting a Yogi Bear vibe. Right.
Yeah, you there, vibe.
Oh yeah. I suppose if they're going to be anywhere, they're going to be this side. So, well, let's see what happens. Got a nice big shelter here. So it's about 0.6, I think it says. Let's have a look. Right, so we've got Hidden Falls, 0.3, and then Window Falls, 0.5. So not as bad as the other route, a lot shorter, but it does look like it's going to be uphill all the way back. There we go. Well, you go down the hill, you're going to have to come back up it. Right, let's crack on. If the animals weren't enough, we've now got warnings about the actual terrain. Woohoo! Coming to America. What an exciting place to visit. So we've just come down the last little section to hear water running, which is always a good sign. Not quite sure which side of it to go. There's a bit goes down through the trees there, or there's looks like steps. I think we'll go this way. This looks like it goes near the edge as well, so let's have a look. Looks like a cut through, although it does turn down here, so I think we'll just stick with a normal path which turns back down there. Probably a bit safer. There we go. Right, Hidden Falls is right here.
So this is where we're at. Hidden Falls. We are going. Right. And I can just see it through the trees. So we'll go down there now. Start a bit squelchy underfoot and a bit slippy. So that's a big step down. I'm going to turn you off so I can get down.
Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the final steps down to the next waterfall. These are pretty steep. Need a couple of steps ahead of me. You can hear the water running. It hopefully is the viewpoint. Looks like we've got a view of it, and then we can walk down to the bottom of it. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. I'll walk this way then. It's down there. So you can walk out on that bit up there. Might have to do that. Well, yeah, we don't have to see much, but might be worth another. Right, there's another viewpoint down the bottom there, so let's head down the next bit. Even more steps, and they look a little bit wet and slippery, so I'm going to put you away for a minute. I'll pick you back up at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the steps, now round to the waterfall.
There's some of the steps we just came down. My brain's just gone, you've got to get back up these in a minute. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. But you can hear the noise of the waterfall. But it is absolutely cascading down. More steps, be careful, don't slip. Some of these steps are actually quite big. There's quite a big drop on them. There we go. It's absolutely monstrous. All naturally formed. And we've got a map going down there.
That temperature drop when you get down here is absolutely gorgeous. It dropped probably 3 degrees, I reckon. It is lovely because I think it's about 27 today, and yeah, that's pretty warm, but this is lovely.
There's the sheer amount of water coming over there, bringing trees, leaves, branches and all sorts of stuff with it. But today it looks pretty clear because we've had a lot of rain in the last 24-48 hours here, so it's absolutely in full flow, which is pretty awesome.
That's both the waterfalls done now. It's time to head back up to the car and head down for some food. We're just on the pathway back up to the car, coming up towards where the picnic area is. And we have just heard an almighty roar of something, which obviously is a bear, but that sounded big and it sounded pissed off. But it was coming from that direction, over there somewhere. Further away the better with that kind of noise coming from it, to be honest with you. So yeah, right, from one perspective, this to me feels probably one of the most likely places you're going to run into them with all this here, look. This is where people have all their picnics and the food. If they're going to, yeah, the barbecues, if they're going to come scavenging, it's going to be around here, if anywhere. So we'll just keep our wits about ourselves as we walk through. You can hear a car in the distance, that's up by the car park. So we're not a million miles from the car park now, but even so, this is, I say, probably the area where we're most likely to see a bear if we're going to see one. So where we look round and it's actually in the camera behind me, you know, it'd be just my luck. So with the exception of that noisy car, it is really, really peaceful out here. Obviously you can hear the birds in the background and our footsteps because we're on gravel, but other than that, oh, and of course the roar that we just heard, other than that, it's pretty peaceful. We did run into a guy that said to us if we head about 2 hours north of here, we're 100% guaranteed to see bears. They walk through the town. So it would be nice to head up there, but I'm not sure we're going to have time on this trip. Looks like we might have to make a trip back to North Carolina then. Right, we're virtually at the car, so we shall pick this up in a bit. And that's our time at Hanging Rock done. Beautiful place to visit. If you are in the area, would highly recommend it. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget the like button, also the subscribe button, notification bell to hear when the next video goes live. See you in the next video.